The story begins with Shu Yi, a well-known journalist for a weekly financial magazine, who gets the chance to interview Shi Yin, the CEO of Mingyu Cloud Creation. Shu Yi is eager to improve her skills and sees this interview as her big opportunity to prove herself. However, Shi Yin prefers another journalist. Even though Shu Yi feels disappointed, she plans to spend her free time with her boyfriend on his birthday. Just before Shu Yi leaves, her boss, Yong Sheng, informs her that Mingyu Cloud Creation finally chose her for the interview with Shi Yin. Because of this, Shu Yi has to cancel her plans with her boyfriend, Xing Zhou. Meanwhile, Shi Yin checks his schedule and tells his assistant, Xiang Cheng, to arrange the interview with Shu Yi at his family's old property. On the other hand, Shu Yi calls Xing Zhou to tell him about the interview she has been waiting for months. Even though Xing Zhou feels disappointed, he supports Shu Yi's job. As Shu Yi prepares to leave for the interview with Shi Yin, Xiang Cheng informs her about a time change for the interview. Shu Yi tries to adjust to the new plan, but the interview gets canceled because Shi Yin has to attend a party. Since Shu Yi is already at the party location, she decides to join the event, where she overhears a conversation about Shi Yin's colleague, Yu Yu, who is about to become the youngest economics professor at a college. During the party, Yu Yu notices Shu Yi feeling uncomfortable due to her period and kindly brings her a cup of hot water. They have a brief conversation about economics, and Shu Yi even asks for Yu Yu's contact information. Without realizing it, Shi Yin watches Shu Yi talking with Yu Yu until Guan Shi, who is hosting the party, approaches Shi Yin and introduces him to Yu Yu, who is a strategic consultant for Guan's family. The three of them then discuss the plans for a business partnership between Guan Shi's company and Shi Yin. After the party ended, Shu Yi waited for Xing Zhou to pick her up. Shi Yin noticed that Shu Yi had been waiting for her boyfriend for a long time and offered her a ride, but she politely refused. Later, Xing Zhou arrived and apologized to Shu Yi for not being able to celebrate his birthday with her. When Shu Yi got home, she realized she had forgotten her phone in Xing Zhou's car. After tracking the phone, Shu Yi discovered it was at a hospital. Worried about him, Shu Yi rushed to the hospital, only to see Xing Zhou kissing another woman. A little later, Xing Zhou found the bracelet Shu Yi had left near his car and realized that Shu Yi had found out about his betrayal. He quickly went to find her, but instead of apologizing, Xing Zhou suggested they break up. He explained that his new girlfriend comes from a wealthy family, which would help him achieve a successful career easily. After the breakup, Shu Yi, heartbroken, called her friend Tang Yi to share her sadness. The next day, Shu Yi went to the office to talk to her editor-in-chief, Yong Sheng, and explained why the interview with Shi Yin was canceled. Despite the setback, Shu Yi planned to contact Xiang Cheng to schedule a new interview. Another time, Shu Yi stopped by a bakery, but to her surprise, she saw Xing Zhou with his new girlfriend, Yu Ling. There, Shu Yi made a sarcastic comment about how Yu Ling seemed to like things that used to belong to others. Later, Shu Yi reached out to Tang Yi to gather information about Shi Yin and his company. During their conversation, Shu Yi mistakenly thought that Shi Yin might have a special relationship with his niece. In the following days, Shu Yi tried several times to contact Xiang Cheng and arrange a meeting with Shi Yin. However, Shi Yin was always busy with work, making it hard to schedule the interview. After trying a few times, Shu Yi finally managed to get a time for the interview with Shi Yin. As Shu Yi was getting closer to her goal, her co-worker, Shi Yu, became jealous of Shu Yi's opportunity to interview Shi Yin. Shi Yu even tried to steal the chance by arriving early at Shi Yin's office. Despite this, Shu Yi successfully completed the interview and secured a deal with Shi Yin. And Shi Yu, upset by this, secretly took Shu Yi's interview draft. Before the interview day, Tang Yi advised Shu Yi to dress nicely and make a good impression on Shi Yin during the interview. On the day of the interview, Shi Yu arrived at the interview location earlier than planned, making Shi Yin think that Shu Yi had sent Shi Yu for the interview due to an urgent matter. When Shu Yi arrived, she was shocked to see that Shi Yu had already signed in for the interview. After asking Xiang Cheng, Shu Yi found out that Shi Yu had done the interview with Shi Yin pretending to be her. Shu Yi then approached Shi Yin and asked for a second interview, where she wanted to ask 5 questions about the future of his company. Impressed by her questions, Shi Yin agreed to continue the interview. The interview lasted for 2 hours as they drove together to a horse riding practice field. During the ride, Shu Yi and Shi Yin introduced themselves properly and got to know each other. Shu Yi also recorded the interview with Shi Yin. Once they arrived at the riding field, Shu Yi, still curious about Shi Yin's love life, asked him about his relationship status, but Shi Yin chose not to answer. Even though the interview was over, Shu Yi decided to stay at the horse racing arena, which was owned by Zhang. Zhang even lent his wife's riding outfit so that Shu Yi could join Shi Yin for horse riding. In the changing room, Shu Yi wanted to ask for help adjusting her belt, but Shi Yin misunderstood her intentions and chose to leave Shu Yi alone. After changing clothes, Shu Yi asked Shi Yin to teach her how to ride a horse, so they went for a session together. However, Shi Yin made the horse jump on purpose, which scared Shu Yi, and she ended up leaving the riding arena. Later, Shi Yin had a conversation with Zhang, who revealed that Shi Yin's niece, Ruo San, had returned to China. At that time, Zhang asked Shi Yin to consider Ruo San for a reporter position, as she had graduated with a degree in journalism. At first, Shi Yin was unsure about giving Ruo San the job due to her lack of experience, but after seeing Shu Yi's dedication as a reporter, he agreed to give Ruo San a chance. On the way home, Shi Yin asked the driver to take Shu Yi to her house. Shu Yi fell asleep in the car because she was tired, and when she woke up, she realized that Shi Yin had already left. Feeling frustrated, she was upset with how Shi Yin had treated her. The next day, Shu Yi gave the transcript of her interview to Yong Sheng. Yong Sheng suggested adding Shi Yin's audio recording to the online magazine to attract more readers. Shu Yi agreed to follow her boss's advice. Another time, while Shu Yi was standing by the street, she suddenly ran into Xing Zhou, who was showing off his new car and bragging about how he was going to work at a famous office. When Tang Yi saw Xing Zhou's arrogance, she openly mocked him, making Xing Zhou annoyed and leave. A little later, Shu Yi told Tang Yi that she had accidentally left something in Shi Yin's car. Hearing this, Tang Yi encouraged her to use the chance to get closer to Shi Yin. Without thinking much, Shu Yi called Xiang Cheng to be connected to Shi Yin. Shu Yi then told Shi Yin that she might have dropped her earring in his car. She explained that the earring was a family heirloom from her grandmother, so she asked Shi Yin to help find it. When Shi Yin found the earring, he teased Shu Yi by saying it was just a fake. Despite Shi Yin's annoying comment, he allowed Shu Yi to come to his place to pick up the earring. When Shi Yin returned home, he saw Ruo San relaxing in the living room. Since Shu Yi was coming over, Shi Yin asked Ruo San to stay in her room until he called her. Soon after, Shu Yi arrived at Shi Yin's house to pick up her earring. While there, Shu Yi noticed a photo of Lilan, a famous celebrity, and thought that Shi Yin might be a fan of her. Shu Yi then met Shi Yin, who was making a drink for her. As she looked at Shi Yin, she started to feel attracted to him because of his good looks. However, when Shu Yi saw Ruo San, whom she thought was Shi Yin's girlfriend, she quickly decided to leave the house. Later, Ruo San told Shi Yin that she wanted to study abroad and didn't feel like working, especially since her family was financially stable. She planned to enjoy her life. However, Shi Yin disagreed and told Ruo San she needed to work. The next morning, Shi Yin convinced Ruo San to go to work by threatening to reduce her allowance if she refused. With no other choice, Ruo San agreed. After breakfast, Shi Yin drove his niece to the office for work. When Shu Yi arrived at the office, she was assigned to mentor a new intern, who turned out to be Ruo San. Not knowing Ruo San's true identity, Shu Yi only thought that Ruo San was just a rich kid. Reluctantly, Shu Yi agreed to mentor Ruo San after Yong Sheng specifically asked her to do so. To make her work easier, Ruo San tried to give Shu Yi a gift, hoping to get her help. However, Shu Yi refused the gift and instead gave Ruo San several tasks to complete. After work, Ruo San complained to her grandfather about how tired she was from working. She acted as if she was mistreated, saying that her boss refused to help her learn. And Shi Yin, knowing that Shu Yi was Ruo San's boss, advised Ruo San to learn from Shu Yi. On another day, Shu Yi's article passed the final editorial review, but Shi Yin was not happy and didn't allow the article to be published. Even though Shu Yi had already made some changes to the interview transcript, she still had to revise it again. Yong Sheng suggested that Shu Yi find a way to satisfy Shi Yin since the article's deadline was getting closer. Shortly after, Shu Yi asked Xiang Cheng for help in contacting Shi Yin, But Xiang Cheng's assistant told her that Shi Yin couldn't discuss personal matters during work hours and refused to meet with her. Xu Yi became frustrated because the issue wasn't personal and it was about revising the interview article that Shi Yin had reviewed. When they finally met, Xu Yi suspected that Shi Yin kept rejecting her article on purpose so he could interact with her more often. However, Shi Yin denied this and pointed out the flaws in her previous draft. Xu Yi admitted her mistakes and asked Shi Yin for feedback to help improve the article. Based on Shi Yin's advice, Xu Yi revised the article and was invited to his house to complete the revisions together. While Xu Yi was working on revisions at Shi Yin's place, Shi Yin received a call from Ruo San, who wanted to visit her uncle and bring an expensive bottle of wine. However, Shi Yin told her that he was busy and couldn't be disturbed. And Xiang Cheng, who was with Ruo San, started thinking that Shi Yin might be with a woman. Back with Xu Yi, after a few rounds of revisions, Shi Yin finally approved her article. Xu Yi was thrilled and asked Shi Yin to consider doing more interviews. She was also excited, hoping her article would be published soon in the Finance Online magazine. As time passed, Xu Yi found herself becoming more interested in Shi Yin. However, she was still confused about her feelings, especially since she had just recently broken up with Xing Zhou. With all the situations that kept bringing them together, Xu Yi and Shi Yin grew closer. Shi Yin, who was once distant and serious, started showing a softer side to Xu Yi. When Xu Yi started to suspect that Shi Yin might have feelings for her, she began to get closer to him more openly. However, Shi Yin always tried to keep some distance between them, saying that their relationship was purely professional. Because of this, things sometimes felt awkward when they met. The conflict began when Shi Yin once again asked for revisions on his interview article, as he wasn't satisfied with the final result. Using her skills, Xu Yi managed to fix the article after getting direct feedback from Shi Yin at his house. During this process, they grew even closer, but Shi Yin continued to hide his feelings. One day, Xu Yi openly admitted her feelings to Shi Yin. At first, Shi Yin was unsure, but he eventually started to open up to Xu Yi. Xu Yi, however, faced many internal conflicts, both in her job and personal life. She had to balance her feelings for Shi Yin, deal with her ex-boyfriend who was still trying to come back into her life, and maintain her professionalism as a journalist. When Xu Yi returned home, she was greeted by Shi Yin, who complimented her appearance. Once they arrived at the party, Xu Yi realized it was a family gathering. Many people at the event assumed that Xu Yi was Shi Yin's new girlfriend. When Xing Zhou saw Xu Yi again, he felt heartbroken and decided to reach out to her, which made Xu Yi feel stressed by her sneaky ex-boyfriend. Xu Yi also heard rumors about how Shi Yin was sad after breaking up with his ex-girlfriend. People speculated that his ex was only interested in him because of his wealthy family. This news frustrated Xu Yi, but despite his quiet and thoughtful nature, Shi Yin slowly began to show his feelings for her. Through Shi Yin's persistence, the two of them gradually developed a closer relationship after many experiences that helped them understand each other. Some time later, Xu Yi successfully published her article about Shi Yin, which was well received by the magazine she worked for. Meanwhile, her relationship with Shi Yin grew more personal, even though they still faced challenges from people around them with hidden motives. As the day goes by, Shi Yin and Xu Yi's relationship grew stronger after overcoming several personal challenges. In one important moment, Xu Yi fell ill, and Shi Yin took care of her, showing a deeper emotional connection despite his usual cold attitude. And Xu Yi, who had been struggling with guilt from a past deception, finally confessed her love to Shi Yin. She admitted that, at first, her interest in him was driven by revenge, but now her feelings had become genuine. There, he reassured her that they had moved past those issues and told her that their future together would depend on how they faced problems as a team. In the business world, Shi Yin faced pressure from shareholders to reconsider his investment in Luan Technology, a company he still believed in. Despite the tension, Xu Yi helped change public opinion with her article about Shi Yin. At the end of the story, Shi Yin proposed to Xu Yi with a diamond ring, marking an important moment in their relationship. The film ends. The moral lesson from this film is if you're chasing someone for revenge, just be careful because you might end up falling in love and getting a diamond ring. Also, being cold can surprisingly make you a great nurse.